Hey, it's Babu with Mortgage Scout, and today what we're going to be doing is going over the mortgage app that we actually have access to. So with this app, you're actually able to do certain things such as getting pre-qualified, double checking your closing costs, or even comparing rates side by side, and even comparing how the actual structure of the mortgage will look like. And what we want to be doing today, what we're going to be focusing on actually, is how to get pre-qualified. So when we dive right in, that's what the app looks like when you come in. And once you go into the portion of the actual app where you're getting pre-qualified, you would be looking at it from this page. So you would start off by selecting the city. For example, if you are picking Mississauga, and it would literally walk you down the process. So this is pretty much what I'm going to be doing for you today, just walking you through the process so that you have an understanding of how exactly the app is used and what kind of questions you'll be asked so that you'll be familiar with it when you're using it for yourself. So it's asking if you're buying a house or a condo. Let's say we're buying a house and we plan to rent it out. Let's keep it as just owner occupied. Usually, when you are doing, just to go back here, if you are renting out the whole property itself, or if you're planning on renting out just the basement suite, then in those cases, there's different ways the underwriters actually would underwrite that file, and different amounts of the actual rental amount can be used to help you qualify for that property itself. So those are factors that will come into account when you're looking at that, and even the down payment amount changes from certain purposes that you end up using the property for. So let's say in this case it's just an owner occupied property where you're going to be living in it, and let's say your down payment is 120,000, which is not too hard to believe in the GTA. Going to the next step, it's asking you if you have any outstanding balances. So let's say you are in a position where everything's looking good. Then you know what, ideally what you want to be doing is trying to pay off all your loans, or having them addressed so that or minimizing the actual impact that they will have on your mortgage, because any kind of loans that you do have, those monthly obligations will go against you in terms of how much you'll be able to borrow from the lender. So we're going for the ideal situation in this case. The employment status itself, let's say you're employed, to keep things simple for now. And what's your gross annual household income before taxes? So let's say in this case, two of you are purchasing the home together, let's say $70,000 each of an income. So let's say the household income is $140,000. And do you know your credit score? In this case, you would say, let's say it's in a good position where it's not a concern and you don't have to address it. You can actually go ahead and calculate your home price that you can purchase. And that's pretty much it. At that point, you get a notification where it gives you the actual estimated maximum purchase price. And it actually tells you what the payments are, the estimated expenses, so heating and taxes and such. And it actually gives you the ability to generate a certificate. And that certificate is pretty much a pre-qualification certificate. Just to keep this in the forefront of your mind, the pre-qualification itself is just a rough estimate based on the information that you're inputting into the file itself. When it comes time to actually closing a file, you have to keep in mind that the underwriter will review the documents and it's up to interpretation at that point. So ideally, what you want to be doing is making sure that your file is pre-underwritten or pre-approved before you purchase the home itself, before you even put an offer, because that way you know that the file has been looked at the way an underwriter will look at it. And if there is any kind of restrictions or any limitations on how the documents will be viewed at time of closing, then you can address those issues and buy accordingly to what your actual documents allow you to buy for, rather than purchasing something that's out of your range and ending up in a lot of issues with the lender when it comes time to closing. If you have any questions regarding that, or if you are thinking about looking at properties soon, this will be the perfect first step for you to try to use the app and use this walkthrough to help you through and actually get an idea of how much you can purchase. And beyond that, if you did want to get pre-approval or just have you file pre-underwritten to have an idea of how much you can purchase, you can just feel free to shoot me an email. I'll put my email in the description. And don't forget, please like, subscribe, and share this content if you found it useful. And if you think you know anyone who might find it useful to actually have this walkthrough help them through going through the app and actually working out the numbers, then feel free to share it with them, especially if they're looking for a property right now. And I'll put the actual link for this app as well in the comments below. Sorry, in the description. And feel free to reach out and try it out for yourself and ask me if you have any questions. Take care.